is the Chrissy Swan Show.
Yes, we're here. We know that it's a public holiday in most cities and states in Australia, but here we are, Jack.
We are live with you. My voice is just holding on, Swanee.
Yes, and you are fresh from the Gold Coast. You were an MC at a wedding. Is that why you've lost your voice?
Yes, it is. It is. A lot of singing. You know me, when I have enjoyed a few drinks, I scream karaoke.
Of course you do.
But it was amazing. The weather up there was beautiful.
Did Natasha Bedingfield make an appearance?
Obs.
I
My
love
go-to.
that.
How was your weekend?
It was very, very relaxed,
Good.
actually. It was really nice. I watched some telly. I sat very quietly for a while and I read 2 pages of a book. That's a win for me.
That is a win. What's your book pile called again?
The pile of optimism.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, the pile of optimism, because I never get to it, but I will never be negative about that.
Hey, we've got a massive show for you. Tickets to Kylie Minogue inside the bum bag in Chrissy's Quizzy after 3. And next, we're bringing back Taste.com, one of our favourite segments. It is making its triumphant return.
Sure is.
Happy Monday on the Chrissy Swan Show.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
And it's Monday. It's a public holiday sort of everywhere in Australia, and we know that you're going to be thinking, oh, what am I going to cook for dinner?
Chrissy's Taste.com. You made it wrong. The strawberry doesn't go in the fish risotto. Always seem to get it wrong. In Taste.com.
When I get a spare 10 minutes, I like to trawl taste.com.au, not only for the recipes, but also for the reviews.
After you've introduced me to this, sometimes at night if I'm bored by my TV show, I do this.
And I don't blame you. You always find some gold.
You've got to look for the 1 or 2 stars.
That's it.
And then read the comment.
I mean, look, if you're listening, taste.com.au, can you please put a filter on where you can sort by reviews?
Yeah.
Because I want to only see the 0 and 1 stars.
Right?
For example, this one, quick san choy bao recipe. One of the great Chinese favourites.
And pretty easy, right?
Fairly easy, but also turns out easy to stuff up. Lisa Kins had a go of it. She says, terrible. No taste. Needs something. The fried noodles ruined it. We had to discard and order burritos. And even they were average on Uber Eats. They forgot the guacamole. So the recipe is bad, but I'm telling you that Uber Eats, that's a separate complaint, okay? That's a separate complaint.
Sorry, babe. Go back to the app and complain there.
But I understand how furious you are. I had a cooking fail recently and it really ruined my week.
What was it?
It was, do you remember I talked to you about, fried noodles? I made fried noodles with beef and I followed it. And then I looked at it and I went to Peg, I can't eat this. And she said, it looks like something that the dog has spewed up on the lawn.
Wow.
And I had to throw the whole thing away.
Same as Lacey.
Correct.
Complaining about the fried noodles.
Correct. Right, let's move on to sweet potato gnocchi with pesto. We know that you're wondering what you're going to cook tonight. I don't think it's going to be this. Sarah Jane says, I saw this recipe and it looked good, so I gave it a go. Unfortunately, it was way too floury and no one ate it. I don't add the roasted sweet potato because I felt that was already more than enough in it. What a waste of sweet potato, basil, olive oil, and my time. I tell you what, Sarah Jane, if you're listening, slide into our DMs because I made gnocchi this week, and it was amazing and easy.
Ah.
Yes.
Have you got a recipe or is it all in your head?
I sure do. No, it's a recipe.
Oh, good.
Of course I made some tweaks.
Duh.
Let's move on to one of my personal favourites, best ever macaroni cheese. Now, everybody knows that my recipe is the best. I don't know what they're doing here. Knitting and agrees with me. This recipe needs a lot of changes to make it worthy of its name. More garlic, more seasoning, and a cheese with a much stronger flavour for a start. Now, I looked up what cheese they're using.
What are we
The
working
recipe
with?
calls for mozzarella cheese. That is the worst cheese to use. It's a great cheese.
But not for a mac and cheese.
But it's so neutral flavoured.
What would you recommend for a mac and cheese?
Red Leicester and a
Right.
handful of proper grated parmesan.
Okay.
They're gutsy cheeses. And let's finish with the one pot fish coconut curry.
Ew.
I feel like the mistake you've made there is even clicking on this.
What an
because
awful dish.
I would throw that out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Zazan Rob gave it 1 star. Basically, this seems okay, but where is the curry? Capitals. Not a drop in the recipe. Why call it a curry? It needs at least a tablespoon of curry powder added. Very poorly done.
Isn't she right? Like, there should be some curry in that, right? Or no? Is that not how it works?
There's got to be something like it.
Yeah.
A curry leaf or some garam masala or some turmeric. There's no kick there at all.
Can you say garam masala again?
Garam masala.
I love that.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
At Priceline Pharmacy, you can simplify your online shopping experience with Click and Collect. Order online, select Click and Collect, and within 2 trading hours, your items will be ready for pickup at your local Priceline. It's that easy.
Head to priceline.com.au.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Do you know what a push present is?
Yes, I do.
Why do you know?
Because I see people posting about them. It's a little bit like gauche.
I agree, and I feel like it's quite a new thing.
Right.
Like, I had my first baby nearly 16 years ago. Can you believe it?
That's nuts.
I mean, again, I want to remind you, I'm somebody's mother. It's bizarre. Anyway, I had Leo nearly 16 years ago, and I feel like I just started hearing the words push present.
Got it. Because if I brought up that term around my parents, they would laugh at me. Be like, how ridiculous.
There's a lot about it I don't like, and it starts with the words push present.
Yeah, it's a bit icky.
I just don't like it. And also, what do you need a present for?
Also, aren't you pushing out your present?
Well, children are their own gift. That is true. But also, I just think it's bizarre because you know what I'm like with motherhood. Billions of people do it every day.
Yes.
Yes, it's hard and it's challenging, and everyone's journey is different, but it happens every day.
Yeah.
To women all over the world. I don't know. It's like getting a present for learning to walk, or it's like a human thing.
We all do it, or a lot of us do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels a little bit tokenistic.
Yeah, and I didn't get a push present, and it was never even a topic of conversation. The closest I got to a push present was when I'd finished having kids.
Yep.
So I had my 3. I went to a jewellery designer called Cass Partington, who I really love.
Yes.
And I've never had a fancy piece of jewellery my whole life. And I bought myself a ring that signifies each of the kids.
Got it.
And I wear them in a stack. They're a bit big now. But
I love that idea, though, because that has some sentiment to it as well. It's not just like, I want a Cartier love bracelet. It's like, no, there's something there that, like, signifies what you just did.
Yeah.
3 times over.
And, I'm their mother. I congratulated myself for being that person.
I will say, though, like, I've got mates that I know, like, trying to get them and push for them. And I'm like, I'm all for it. If you can get one out of your husband or boyfriend or girlfriend or wife, bloody do it.
Yeah, but also it just feels weird. People eating cars. And anyway, the reason
That's
we're talking
nuts.
about it is because we have found a Reddit thread. This guy wants to know, am I a monster for telling my wife she's not worthy of what she's asking for her push present? The whole not worthy thing is a bizarre way to say it because everybody's worthy of everything. This guy says, my wife and I have been together for 5 years. She's pregnant with our first baby. She is asking for a push present. And at first, this guy didn't even know what that meant, which is fair because it feels like a bit of a money grab, like a wishing well wedding.
Oh,
Get in the bin. Anyway, it's basically a thank you gift to the woman who brought the child into the world. He said to her, the baby is your gift. And she said, but what about a nice new car? That seems extraordinary.
Also, like, unless your husband is a CEO earning $5 million a year, asking him for a car is a lot.
It is a lot. And also, that's a family gift.
That's something that I think is often as well discussed at the start of the pregnancy or before. Like, do we have a car that can fit the baby or the 2 kids? Like,
yeah,
that's
and then
not-
you get that. That's not a gift.
No, that's a lifestyle thing you need. That's almost a necessity.
Anyway, if I was buying somebody a push present, I would be very creative, I think.
What would you get?
Like, I would like to get, one of those clowns.
What?
I'd like to buy someone for no reason and just see their face when they open it. Those clowns that you get at the carnival that you got to put their mouth, you got to put a ball in their mouth. Imagine that if you go, sweetheart, I've bought you an amazing present, and they open it, and then the present for you is their stunned reaction.
Yeah, no, I'd be angry.
13, 24, 10. Did you get a push present? How creative was yours? Did you have input into it?
Or did you not get one and you're really furious and angry about it? I'd love to hear that as well.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
We're talking push presents. If you don't know what they are, it's the gift you get for pushing out the baby. And I've never had a push present. But equally, I've never pushed out a baby because I am too posh to push.
Sunroof babies.
What would mine be called? What would my gift be called if I ever got one?
A sunroof surprise?
I love it. 13, 24, 10. What was your push present? Hi, Michelle.
Hi, guys.
Hi, what'd you get?
I got an eternity ring because we had our first baby and our first wedding anniversary within like a week of each other.
Wow. And what is an eternity ring? I've never been given any jewellery. I don't even know what that is.
It's the third band with like an engagement ring wedding band. And I guess it just means like on top of getting married that you'll be together for eternity. But I think most people get it like for a first child or after 10 years. But having two anniversaries and a birth together, I just got it.
And how long were you engaged for, Michelle?
Before we got married, we were engaged, I think it was about 3 years.
Wow. So you've had, your husband has had 3 very expensive trips to Bevel's the Jewellers in a very short period of time.
Michelle, did you ask for the push present? Like, did you kind of angle that you wanted something, or did he do it off his own whim?
He brought it up. I think just because of the way social media is, he knew about it as well, and I was never going to say no.
Totally.
Did you get input? Like, did you go into the jewellery store and say, I'll have this?
I gave options and let him choose.
I love it. I gave
Priceline
options.
Pharmacy voucher for you, Michelle. Let's go to Mel.
Hello, guys. Well, she's lucky because I got nothing. My husband said that the baby was the present.
Well, I was going to say you did get a living, breathing, crying, sleep-depriving baby.
Yeah.
How did he break the news to you that was your gift?
Well, I was binging on, my daughter was born in November 2017, and that was the year that, I don't know if you remember or watched it, but Yummy Mummy was one.
Yes.
And that's
Oh
when
my God,
they
I
were
remember
all...
Yummy Mummies.
Yeah, and that's when, they're getting their Range Rovers, they're getting their jewellery, and I'm just going, yeah, cool, I'm going to get something, dropping the hint to him. But no, he just said, no, the baby was the present, and I'm like, cool, dude, now next year it's our 10-year wedding anniversary, so I want that eternity ring.
Oh, nice. I'm just thinking about Yummy Mummies. Was there one on there from Brisbane who had like a doppelganger daughter?
Margarita?
Margarita, yes. I think
Yes.
she's from Adelaide.
Oh,
Yeah.
from Adelaide, was it? And
Yeah,
the daughter was dressed up in like couture Dior and
She still
everything.
is. She still is, because I follow her and she has her own Insta account and she has like all these Burberry outfits, and I'm like,
Yes.
wow, it's still
Wow.
happening.
Oh my God. That little kid gets more than you get for being torn in
Yep.
two. All right. Well, good luck for the eternity ring, Mel. Let's finish with
Thank
Kate.
you.
Hi, Katie.
Hello there, gorgeous people. How are you?
Good. How long ago did you have your last child?
Last child was 17 years ago.
Wow. And were push presents even around then?
Oh, they were just sort of starting, and mind you, this was my 4th child.
And what did you get?
I got a plasma TV.
I feel like maybe that was a push present for your husband.
Definitely.
And-
And that was sort of when they were all coming out, big TV.
Yes.
We went from having a little TV to a big one.
would-
I would have preferred a nice ring or something.
It would have been a very exciting delivery, though. And in fairness to your husband, maybe he got the whole sort of relevance of push wrong. Maybe he just meant, hang on, I thought I was supposed to push the remote. That's what it's for.
Priceline Pharmacy voucher for you, Kate.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Monday, let's go clicking.
Chrissy's Clickbait.
You know when you see something on social media and you go, oh my God, I feel seen, but also I'm insufferable. Does that ever happen to you?
Yes, when I see people flogging their holidays hardcore, I'm like, oh, we get it. And I'm like, Jack, that is literally you on every trip you go on.
I mean, talk about holding up a mirror, am I right?
Yes, correct.
The algorithms on those things are so incredible. They deliver exactly what you need to see when you need to see it. And as you know, I love 80s and 90s music, right?
Yes.
I love all music.
I was going to say, you've got a wealth of knowledge about music as well.
I love it. And that's why working at a radio station is like manna from
Perfection.
heaven for me. But you know that every time a new song comes on and I hear something in it that I recognise, I bore you, Jack,
Yes.
with a deep dive into where the sample's from, who did it. I've done it with Lato. I've done it with everybody.
Yeah.
I've done it with Eminem's Abracadabra. That's a Steve Miller Band.
You did it a couple of days ago. Tom, our producer, came in and said, I love this new Katy Perry song. How vibey is this? And you go, that's Crystal Waters.
Yes.
That's why it's vibey.
It's a good song because it was originally a good song.
What a tune, though, Gypsy Woman.
Gypsy Woman, what a tune.
Oh.
Where is Crystal Waters? That's what I want to know.
I don't even know much about it.
Whenever I say stuff like that, I find out that they died a very bad death, and now I feel bad. But have a listen to this woman in America cutting down her son who likes the new Kid Laroi song.
I like this song. Who is that?
She's tricking him here.
Kid Laroi? That's not the original. This is the original.
Baby, come back! Yes!
You hear that? That's the original.
She says it like you as well. You hear that?
I
That's
know.
the original.
And she lulls them into a false sense of security going, I like this song, do you? And she knows exactly where it's going. I want to add something to that. Player, the lead singer of Player, who is the older song there,
Yeah.
is, I think, Ron Moss, who played Ridge Forrester
On
Bold and the Beautiful.
Wow.
So I believe that. I mean, look, I'll Google it in the song, but, if not,
cool.
I'm gonna back myself in. Now let's move on to this unbelievable case of mistaken identity. I saw the headline and had to click on it. My sister is seeing a married man, and I got attacked because of her. Of course, I had to read on. This is a set of identical twins. Whoa. The good twin was coming out of university. The bad twin is sleeping with a married man. The good twin was mistaken as the twin that was doing the dirty.
How furious you would be at your sister.
And the wife of the husband fully went her.
Wow.
I know.
Like hair pulling in a car park. That's so America.
It's so Morica. The thing is, though, I don't reckon that's the first time. I reckon there is the bad twin has done that many, many times, and this poor good twin has just had to deal with it.
Cop it.
It's very awkward and confusing when you suffer a case of mistaken identity.
I've never experienced it. Have you?
I have. I used to go to a restaurant every single week locally to my mum. I used to shout her dinner, right?
Yeah.
That was my, act of forgiveness for moving out and becoming a grown-up. Anyway, they were always very nice to me, and then all of a sudden they weren't, very hostile. I thought, God, this is odd. After about 3 or 4 weeks of coming in and then being so rude to me, eventually the owner of the restaurant couldn't hold his tongue anymore, and he said, it's okay for you to keep on coming back here and eating pasta, isn't it, when you're calling up the local radio station saying that our food hygiene practices are terrible. Yes, I went, what are you talking about?
I'm on the radio, mate. I don't call them.
But this was before that. This was before.
Oh, really?
Yes, this was just when I was a student.
And
they thought for some reason that I was the whistleblower.
And did they profusely apologise to you?
No, they did not. And I think they still believe it's me because I walk past that restaurant every single day and they still give me dirties. It's been 30 years.
Speaking of mistaken identity, Delta Goodrich.
Oh my God. Can I tell you a very underrated track off that album?
Yeah?
Very underrated track. Mistaken Identity.
Oh, that. You're going to tell me,
Delta,
I know how good. And your favourite mistaken identity?
My favourite is by the great Kim Carnes. A mistaken identity. Oh, yeah. She didn't just sing Betty Davis Eyes, my friends.
This is is the Chrissy Swan Show.
Hope you're slowly getting your mind back to work over the after the weekend. How's yours going, Jack?
My mind's at about 60-70%, I'd say.
That's not bad. Normally it's at about 10. Just before the news there, I mentioned that I thought Ron Moss, who played Ridge Forrester on Bold and the Beautiful,
Yeah.
was an original member of Player who sang that song, Baby Come Back. Anyway, I was right. I was
Swanee.
absolutely spot on there.
I mean, get the gal a gig on Spicks and Specs, please.
I know, I've never done that show, never been asked.
How rude.
I know, I think they're afraid of my brilliance.
We did talk about that with Myth Warhurst, and she
did.
said she was going to look into it. Hey, that competition we were playing last week, Chrissy's Flip It and Mix It, is back this week.
Gosh, it's so much fun.
It's so fun. Register via the Nova Player app. We'll be playing before 4. But next in Chrissy's Quizzy, a double pass to see our gal, Kylie Minogue, is inside the bum bag. Kylie is back and bringing her attention to Australia for shows nationally. All tickets on sale. For details, head to frontiertouring.com.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
And look, granted, it is Monday, but it's not all bad.
Chrissy's Quizzy.
And the reason I say it's not all bad is because in today's bum bag and Quizzy, there are Kylie Minogue tickets.
She is back, Swanee, and she's bringing her attention to Australia for shows nationally. All tickets are on sale now. For details, head to frontiertouring.com.
Michael, scale of 1 to 10, how bad do you want to see Kylie?
A 10. My wife loves Kylie. I'll be husband of the year if I win this.
Good on you, Michael.
Well, I've got everything. Behind you, Michael. But Kirsty also wants tickets. Hi, Kirsty.
Hi, how are we going?
I'm reading some words and I need to know what they mean. You have just been on an 80s cruise?
Yes, we were just on an 80s cruise and they played, and my boys are 21 and 19, and they just played Kylie Minogue, Locomotion, and the boys are like, oh my God, what is this song?
I'm sorry. No,
Kylie Minogue.
I want to go back to the 80s cruise, please. What does that involve?
Well, it was last minute for us, but very, very planned by every single other person on the cruise.
But was
who
there
were
like,
dressed up.
was there like
80s,
kids in the kitchen
80s.
performing or just disco?
No, there was people dressed up 80s every day. There was trivia and parties and all to do with 80s.
It sounds equal parts depressing and brilliant.
Let's get to the quiz.
Exactly.
All right, let's get to the quiz. Jack's
Question-
coming down on me because I'm obsessed with you, Kirsty. All right.
Number 1.
It's the best of 5, guys. You know what the rules are. Question number 1. Who performed at yesterday's NRL Grand Final?
Michael.
Yes, Michael.
Kid Laurie.
It is the Kid Laroi. Question number 2. Name one of the 3 states or territories enjoying Labor Day public holiday today.
Michael.
Yes, Michael?
New South Wales.
Oh, my God. You are terrified of your wife. He really wants these
He
tickets.
does.
All right, for the win, Michael, basically stand aside, Kirsty.
Okay.
Can you name
No,
this
don't.
Kylie Minogue song?
Oh my God, touch me right there.
Michael.
Yes, Michael, for the win.
Nowhere, touch me right
If you get this right, your wife is going to be saying, oh, my God.
touch me right
Oh my
Yes.
God.
What is it?
Oh my God.
No. It's my favourite song off that album.
Kirsty?
Oh, God, I have no idea.
Oh, my God, it's Only the Great Tension. All right, start again.
I'm still in it.
You're still in it,
2
mate.
points to Michael, though. Michael, this next question's still for the win. Question number 4.
In the sporting world, what does the acronym MLB stand for?
Michael.
Yes, Michael, for the win.
Major League Baseball.
Correct. Your wife's going to be
Thank you
saying,
so much.
oh
Your
my
wife will
God,
be
touch me
happy.
right there. Oh my God. She'll be so excited. Please let us know how you go with that, Michael.
I will, definitely.
Have the best time. Head to frontiertouring.com if you want tickets to Kylie. I can't believe there are even any left, though, Swan.
I've got the devil in me at the moment.
Really?
Yes.
Do we want to do an exodus? Could be really good social content.
Not an exodus. That means that we both just leave the
I know.
studio.
An exorcism.
An exorcism, yes.
It's Monday. It was a big weekend.
I agree.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
We welcome the other team member on the Chrissy Swan Show to the microphone. Hello, Tom.
Good afternoon.
I mean, if I had my way, you'd be in here all the time, but I know you've got work to do.
I know, right? It's boring.
Can you please tell the story again about you daring to leave the family home?
I know, it was a big decision. It was a big one.
How many children are there?
I'm the second of 4.
There's 4. They're all at home.
They're all at home. I was the first to move out, so I had to pave the way, you know.
Mummy loves a full nest.
Yeah.
And you were the first.
I was. So there was a lot of pressure. But I moved out. I was, dare I say, happy to be out of home.
But were you scared to break the news, being the first and having the family that you do?
Oh, yeah. I was like, we were having dinner and I was like, I just have something to say. So
we know you're gay.
No, it was first. I'm looking at places, and then I had to do it again when I had actually found a place.
Okay, so you broke it gently.
Yeah,
to
I did
Mummy.
it softly.
Yeah.
Breadcrumbed them a bit.
Yeah. And then, I'd been out of home, I reckon, for a couple of months. And I came home and Mum goes, I've got to show you something. And I went, oh, okay, great. She opens my door.
Yeah.
And she's turned...
To your old bedroom, yes.
Well, actually, to be fair, there was a bit of shuffling around, but the spare bedroom in the house, she turned into like a dressing room. But in the dressing room, it's like a mismatch of all sorts of things. So, like, she's got a clothes rack in there. She made my brother build a rack that she can hang her bags on.
Oh, she's building stuff.
But then in the other part of the room is just a single bed.
Oh, well, at least there was a bed.
Correct.
The message was clear, though, that you've left and you're not welcome back.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's no personal touch to your room or that room anymore. It is simply a bed where anyone can sleep.
Oh, yeah. It's,
How did that make you feel? Because, I like to still know if things go wrong when when I'm sick or after a big night, that I can go back to Mum and Dad's house and have my bedroom.
And is your childhood room still there?
It's still, obviously, I've kind of remixed it, but yes, it is. It's still there.
Okay, this is crazy because I was talking about it with people in the office and they're like, oh, my mum left my room as it is.
Yeah.
It's still there.
Most people are like, yeah, there's two ways to go about it. The mother that clings on to the memory of that time.
Yeah.
And it's like a mausoleum, a museum to her child, and it's not touched. And then there's your mum.
13 24 10. What did your parents replace your room with when you moved out? I feel like it must happen a lot more than we think.
Oh, absolutely. And there's going to be a lot of craft, I think. There's going to be a craft room, sewing rooms.
Screams midlife crisis.
Yeah.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
And we're talking about how quickly your parents moved on when you moved out of home and turned your bedroom into something that you were not welcome in anymore. Hi, Stacey.
Hello, guys. I was the last child to leave, and I think my mum had a midlife crisis and turned my bedroom into an art studio. But she has never painted before, so I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, no, that is a well-worn path because can I give you an insight into what was going through her mind as probably a woman that was about my age at the time? She has spent so long parenting and identifying as a mother, and she's been waiting, counting down the seconds for her last baby to leave the nest so that then she could be her true self. And weirdly, our true selves are often an artist, a sewer, a gym junkie.
Yeah, right.
And that's what we co-opt the room to become.
I just would be so hurt, though.
Would you?
Yes, because that's my safe place home. Priceline Pharmacy voucher for you, Stacey.
Wendy would never do that to you.
Never.
Never.
Let's go to Gabby.
Hi, Gabby. What happened when you moved out of home?
Hi, guys. My dad turned my bedroom into a bonsai, a bonsai nursery, and my mother turned the spare room into a gym that she didn't use for 14 years.
Yes.
And they told me really directly, once you move out, you do not walk back through those doors. You can have a meal. You can come and visit. And I was 16. I'm 53 now, but it was a long time ago.
You moved out when you were 16, Gabby, and they still turned it into a gym and a bonsai nursery.
They thought that I had it together. I think, yes,
Oh
they
my
did.
God.
That was it. I was hurt.
I must
would be
say,
hurt.
I've never heard of a bonsai nursery.
No.
Like, that is...
No, nor had I, and I haven't since.
And you haven't since...
No.
I
No.
love that so much. You've got a Priceline Pharmacy voucher coming to you, Gabby. Let's finish with Jilly. Hello, Jill.
Hello, guys. How are we?
Good. Now, what did your mum fill your old bedroom with when you moved out?
Well, what didn't she? It was her Tupperware room.
That is so great.
How much Tupperware did she have?
Oh, my goodness. She had heaps. She went to so many parties, and it was if you buy this, you get this and you get that. And she just kept buying it, and it didn't actually fit in the kitchen. So then she started piling it up, and then I moved out in the late 80s when I was 17, and she was still going to parties. And then she worked out, if I became a consultant, I can get all this stuff. So even though she didn't need it, she brought it, she got it.
How
She had
were
every
they
colour.
displayed, Jill? Was it like on shelves or like tables or just on the floor?
She had shelves, she had tables, she had them on the floor, she had them colour coordinated, she had the right sizes. It was insane. It was back when you're 17, you think, oh, that's crazy. But now as a young
Adult.
50-ish, I think, oh, how amazing.
Oh,
But,
yeah. I'm thinking that now. I'm thinking what I wouldn't give to get into that room and
Also,
collect it all as well.
I reckon give it another 3 years, you'll have a Taylor Swift room.
My whole house is a Taylor
True.
Swift room, Jack.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
The last time we played this, we gave away $1,000 worth of NutriBullet stuff. Let's see if we can do it again.
NutriBullet, the #1 personal blender brand in the world. Chrissy's Flip It and Mix It. Let's go. Put my thing down, flip it and reverse it.
Hello, Emma.
Hello.
Hi, you're a teacher. Good on you.
Thank you.
And you're in Perth.
I am,
all school
yes.
holidays are on at a different time. Are you on school holidays now?
I am, yes, thank goodness.
And don't you get sick of people going, oh, lucky for you, you're on holidays more than you are at school?
It's probably the most common thing people say to me.
And do you just need to go home and make yet another voodoo doll? It's like boring, isn't it?
No.
All right, you are going to love this NutriBullet Flip It, which is the prize you get even if you completely bomb out. So there is no losers
that's
here.
good.
I know,
Thank
it's
you.
so good. We have got 2 songs. We've thrown them into the NutriBullet and we've given a real whiz up. If you can name both of them, you get $1,000 worth of amazing NutriBullet stuff. If you name one, you get $300 worth. And even if you've got no idea, if you hang up now, if you go, I don't know, don't even play it, you still get the amazing NutriBullet Flip. Are you ready?
I'm ready, thank you.
Go.
That's Gold Digger.
Yes.
That's one, correct.
And there's another one in there. It's Kid Laroi, yes.
Girl.
You've got it.
Yay, I love both of those songs.
Emma, clear out a drawer, a shelf, or something because you've got $1,000 worth of NutriBullet goodies coming to you. And it's not just those amazing portable like blender devices. We're talking you are going to get a digital air fryer, a Smart Sense blender combo. I know, it's so cool.
Oh,
and my
amazing.
personal
Thank you so
favourite, the
much.
Every Grain cooker. It's so good.
How good? Not bad for a Monday,
Oh my
Emma.
God. I know, and a school holiday too. You guys have made my whole school holidays. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Register via the Nova Player app if you'd like to play tomorrow.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.